Stories come in many forms and they cater to different people. Since we were born, they have always been around us. And our own life, in essence, is a story. However, there are certain stories that exist within our culture that instill mortal fear within us all. The following documentary you're about to watch is going to give you a little insight into the popular stories we call urban legends and their evolution throughout time.
An urban legend is a form of modern folklore consisting of stories that may or may not have been believed by their tellers to be true. The stories themselves can range from monsters stemming from ancient mythology to modern tales of urban terrorism. But why do we like to be scared by stories that could be seen as very bizarre in nature?
Maybe it goes back to our early development and way back in time. That Ozzy Osbourne, familiar with that? He bit the head off a dove, and is it true? That's an urban legend that has been with me all my adult life. People know or believe that they are true, and people talk about them. People pass it on, so they are constantly in circulation.
You don't need to look far to find an urban legend close to home. One that we found was the story of Moses, a man who lived in Horton Village, South Shields. In the 1970s, he was a man with long hair and a long dark trench coat. The children of the neighbourhood passed stories around that, at night, while the children were sleeping, Moses would approach their house and grow large bludgeoning teeth and crawl up the trellis of their house, where he would then eat the children. Far-fetched? Undoubtedly so, but it doesn't really take that much to scare children in the end.
True, local stories like the Haunting of the Sunderland Empire and Moses coexisted with popular tales such as Bloody Mary or The Killer in the Back Seat. And with technological advancement, the internet has become a great way for people to share these stories and also to debunk them. However, the internet did something else not so long ago.
I was taught to turn lights off, and therefore I did. I delved into it, and with very low expectations and no knowledge of it, to be honest. I wasn't really sure what to expect when I was diving into it. And when I first encountered Slenderman inside a little building when I was trying to collect the notes, you jump out your skin. It's also still got that kind of that sort of underground feeling that is something a little bit exciting. It wasn't a AAA title, it didn't come from huge advertisements on the side of buildings like your GTA 5s and things like that. And it was small, it was short, it was snappy, which is something that I think the modern gamer appreciates. It's something that you can dive in and out of very, very quickly, get an emotional response from it. Plus it's the idea of just that single protagonist, and you have no defense against this protagonist other than run.
However, the popularity of the game can not only be attributed to the game itself, but to the eponymous Slenderman and the surrounding phenomenon known only as creepypastas. Creepypastas are essentially internet horror stories passed around on forums and other sites to disturb and frighten readers. The name creepypasta comes from the word copypasta, an internet slang term for a block of text that gets copied and pasted over and over again from website to website. Creepypastas are sometimes supplemented with pictures, audio, and/or video footage related to the story. Creepypastas vary greatly in length and quality, though many follow a certain set of formulas. One of these formulas is anecdotes. The narrator remarks on a scary legend, news stories, or event from their own past. Another formula is rituals, a list of instructions for the reader, claiming that if they go to a certain place at a certain time and perform specific actions, something remarkable and/or horrifying will happen. And the final formula is the lost episode. The narrator tells of a story of a never before seen episode and/or scene from a famous TV show, typically a comedy or children's cartoon, where the audio and video is heavily distorted and characters begin acting strangely or violently. Such stories have become massively popular throughout the internet, and they have a seemingly more unique effect than what a local urban legend would. Having such a large circulation, as well as supplementary materials, makes them seem more palatable to certain people. People believe what they want to believe, And it may be difficult for one to believe a story buried so in supernatural territory that there might not even be a slither of chance that it might be real. But just because the threat cannot be seen doesn't mean it's very far away.